Good morning and welcome to this week's video. I'm so excited that you're joining me today. Today we are here in Brownville, Nebraska, and we're going to be doing the Steamboat Trace Trail. So the Steamboat Trace Trail actually is like a 22 or 24 mile trail that goes from Nebraska City all the way down to Brownville. We will not be doing that full range of the trail. We'll probably be just doing maybe about 2 miles of that trail today, and starting here in Brownville and heading north along the trail. So I kind of grew up in this area, and I used to, like in high school, I used to like bike or go jogging along this trail all the time, but I have not been on this trail for probably like well over 20 years. So I'm excited to kind of reacquaint myself with this trail and kind of think of this trail from a photographer's mindset as opposed to the, oh, I'm running and I'm exercising type of mindset. So I'm excited to kind of see what compositions that we can, that I can kind of find and come up with along the way. One cool thing about this trail is it runs right along the Missouri River, so there'll be some vantage points of the river. There's the Missouri Bridge right there that goes between Nebraska and into Missouri, goes right into like Rockport, Missouri. And I already kind of got a really cool composition of the underpass of the bridge, where you can see the Missouri River flowing underneath it, and you have this nice long vantage point of the river. So I think I'm gonna really like that photo just because great leading lines underneath the bridge, and it's just very symmetrical with the pillars and stuff of the support that's supporting the bridge. But anyways, now we are continuing along the trail. It is mainly crushed gravel in case you're curious. But anyways, without further delay, let's continue getting the hike going and get some photography underway. So kind of along the trail, there's these old grain elevators that would obviously carry grain or whatever wares to either the railroad or if there is like a barge or something moving up and down the Missouri River. But there's a lot of cool, I think, interesting vantage points of the old grain elevators. So I think that there's some really cool shots to be had with this old corrugated metal and stuff. You got the leading lines leading up to the top of kind of like, I don't know, the towers of the grain elevators. I just think it's really, there we go. I just think it's really kind of interesting, the different vantage points you can have. So I did take some photos with my 24-70. I have a couple different vantage points with the corrugated metal, and then some of these trees that are kind of growing along the way, along the trail. The sky it's cloudy, which is great with all this metal because I'm not having to use a polarizing filter. But I wish there was a little bit more cloud texture. We'll see if I can't bring that in a little bit in post-processing, but because there is some texture, but it's a little bit harder sometimes to pick that up on camera, or at least when you're looking on the back of the camera. But we'll see what I can't do in post-processing. When I come back up this trail, since it's just gonna be down and out for me, I probably will swap to my 70 to 200 millimeter lens just to see what other type of vantage points I might be able to get by zooming in closer to some of the individual textures in areas of the grain elevators. So anyways, we're going to continue along the trail and continue finding some photos, we will continue to find scenes that we can take some photos of. So without further delay, let's get going. So just walking along the trail, and something that caught my eye was there's a whole bunch of these nettles. That's kind of that bright green plants right there. So if you're not familiar with nettles, they're kind of poisonous, they're skin irritation. So if you happen to go tromping through this, you're gonna have some blisters and some itchiness and just be really uncomfortable. But what caught my eye was that there is this, what I believe is poison hemlock, nestled kind of in with the wood nettle, and it just makes this really nice contrast between you have the darker green leaf of the poison hemlock against the brighter green of the nettle. And I thought that that was just kind of a really nice color contrast. And it just, I mean, with the poison hemlock, just the kind of the airy flowiness of their leaf shape, I think it just looks really pretty, and it's a good contrast to the nettle leaf, which is a broader leaf and stuff with like serrated edges and stuff. So I snapped a photo of that. I think I'm going to really like that, just that color contrast between the darker green and the lighter green. So anyways, we're gonna continue on and see what else we can find to take some photos along the way. So I've been standing around here for probably like maybe a good 10 minutes, 15 minutes and stuff, trying to see if I can't get a photo of a bird. I did swap my lenses from my 24-70 to my 70-200 in hopes that I might be able to get a photograph of a bird, but while I hear them and they're going crazy, I've heard everything from like cardinals to Baltimores to both Baltimore Orioles, and orchard orioles. Woodpeckers, so I've heard quite a variety of birds, but unfortunately none of them have come down close enough to the trees for me to grab a photo of them. But I will continue. I went about 2 miles and now I'm heading back towards where my truck is parked. I will probably stick with the 70-200 for the remainder of the trek back. I figure that's going to give me a little different, since I was just going there and back. It will give me a little bit more variety of some shots, and then also for maybe I can get a bird photo here. At some point along the trail, I'll be able to snap a photo of a bird. But yeah, I think this is just going to give me a little bit of variety in my photos today. So I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to continue back down the trail, and maybe I'll get a photo of a bird or two. We'll see. If I do, you'll see the photos. If not, well, you know, I gave it a try. Oh, that's a squirrel. Sorry. I heard some rustling. I was like, it's just a squirrel, not a bird. Anyways, we'll just continue walking. And if I get some photos of some birds, I will share those with you. If not, well, you know, you'll see some other photos. So I made it back to the old grain elevators with the 70-200 millimeter lens on, and I think I got some really nice photos. I was kind of floating a little bit, anywhere from like 80 up to 200 millimeters focal length for taking the shots of the grain elevators. And I think that I like these focal lengths for a couple of reasons. One, it allows me to zoom in a little bit closer into the top of the grain elevator, but still utilizing the trees that are around it for nice framing. So I think I got some really nice shots. And before I even edit the photos, I feel like there's a part of me that's gonna like the ones that I took with the 70-200 millimeter lens as opposed to the 24-70. My last settings that I took on a photo was focal length was 105, shutter speed is 400ths of a second, aperture f5.6, and then ISO 200. I do have my, there we go. I do have my case polarizing filter on because the sun had been kind of going in and out. I wanted to basically cover my bases in case the sun poked through while I was taking a shot, and just to help with any potential sun reflecting off of all this metal. So anyways, I think I'm going to really like those shots, and I hope that you enjoy those shots too that I'm going to share with you right now. So we are getting close to back where I had my truck parked, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of wrap up this video. So overall thoughts, I really enjoyed this morning's hike along the Steamboat Trace Trail. It was a really gorgeous morning, and I think I got some really nice photographs of kind of more intimate shots, because this is not like North Carolina up in the Blue Ridge Parkways where like you get scenic vistas and you got the rolling Blue Ridge mountains off in the distance and stuff. This is not that. This is different. It's a very flat trail. It's along the Missouri River, but there's a certain beauty to it. So a lot of my shots were more of those intimate shots of the ground. So whether it was a snail or flowers or plant life and stuff. I didn't really get any good photos of birds today, unfortunately. I probably should have had the 70-200 on at the beginning when the birds were a little bit more active, but we're a little bit later in the day, so they're not nearly as active. So that's on me on that one. But I still think I got some really nice photos that I'm really happy with today. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this week's video. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up and sharing it with your friends and family. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, I really hope that you do so you can continue to come along on my photography adventures. Anyways, you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. We'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.